Welcome to Behind the Mic with AudioFile magazine. I'm Joe Reed. I have Michele Cobb with me. She is going to pilot us this week as she talks about the audiobook she's listening to. Hi, Michele. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Well, it's spring, so I'm happy.
Excellent, excellent.
So, what do you have on the docket this week?
Brooke Shields is Not Allowed to Get Old. Thoughts on
Oh,
Aging as a Woman, written and read by Brooke Shields.
okay. So, tell us about it.
Well, this autobiography, which is actually written with journalist Rachel Birch, tackles really the societal pressures of aging in the public eye and, of course, the importance of finding your voice and caring less what other people think. Haha. So I found it very refreshing to hear what was a rather straightforward perspective as she deals with the disappointments of Hollywood, doctors, journalists, and all of their judgments of her.
And there have been many that woman has had judgments her entire life.
Totally.
I've really come to like Brooke Shields a lot.
Well, what surprised me about this title was how relatable it was because I felt like she was just a fellow human being experiencing the impact of menopause, a changing body, and an empty nest, which I'm soon to be an empty nester. I was at times a little, I would say, weary of her reminding us of her insecurities. It's hard to feel like she really needs to be insecure when she looks like that, but
Yeah.
isn't that the whole point of the book? And the book is set up to be self-help in a way, so it was used to illustrate and acknowledge her privilege and help to kind of balance things
So she's talking about her own experiences, but it really relates to very common midlife challenges.
completely. And she is a good narrator, so she kept things moving along. She sounds relaxed, even if she's a little bit performative at times. And what was interesting to me on another level was that I hadn't thought about her really enjoying acting. I mean, she's an actor, so I guess I didn't really consider how much she liked it, but more importantly, how much she loves comedy. And I think my favorite moment of the whole book, which was really just kind of a, oh, right, was a reminder of how she was a guest star on Friends, and that led her to headline her own show, Suddenly Susan.
I can see how she would like comedy because on the TV series The Middle, she played a character, Reader Glossner, who was somebody with bad clothes, bad skin, bad hair, bad attitude. And she went to town on this character. And I've never imagined Brooke Shields could belch the way she did in that show.
Oh, wow, see? And those are the different subtleties. We don't see every role an actor does, so I wasn't familiar with her role in The Middle, but Friends was such an influential show for
Sure.
me, and I often think of her licking the hand of one of the main characters and being like, "Whoa, Brooke Shields." You know?
Yeah, it's really interesting. So should we hear a little bit?
Yeah, this is where she finds kind of a new perspective.
Okay. This is Brooke Shields is Not Allowed to Get Old. Thoughts on Aging as a Woman, written and read by Brooke Shields.
I felt like I was being primed for a moment when I could finally pat myself on the back and say, "You've earned it," if I chose to take a break. Plus, I'd arrived at a place of self-acceptance. I actually liked my body and no longer compared it to the runway models. I never did runway and believed those girls were skinny, whereas I was considered athletic. In my modeling days, a euphemism for not skinny. At 40, relieving myself of being compared to others felt like freedom. Mine was a body to be proud of. This body gave me babies. This body could dance. I had curves and was okay with that. It wasn't exactly I am woman, hear me roar, but I certainly felt like I am woman, hear me more. And yet, as my 40s progressed into my 50s, I began to notice that external perceptions didn't seem to match up with my internal sense of self.
There's certainly a lot of energy that she brings to it, which I really like. And I'm also, at least in this excerpt, a little conscious of the fact that she's performing too.
Yeah, but it's not.
No, it's not over the top.
Yeah, it's not over the top. It's just some actors are able to make you forget that they are reading you something,
Mhm.
and some you just go on that journey with them, but you never forget that. And they're both positive experiences in different ways.
Yeah, exactly. And this is good. I'm glad I've heard about this book, and it's nice to know that Brooke Shields is really just tackling it head on.
Completely. Yes.
This is Brooke Shields is Not Allowed to Get Old. It's written and read by Brooke Shields. Okay, Michelle, you're off to a flying start. Thank you.
You're welcome. And we'll take a big detour tomorrow.
Okay. Support for Behind the Mic comes from Dreamscape, an award winning audiobook publisher with the catalog that includes authors like Frida McFadden and Katie Robert. Listen to your next great listen at dreamscapepublishing.com. And then don't forget to follow Behind the Mic. Leave us a rating and please, please, please do leave us a review on the platform of your choice. It does help people to find us. I'm Joe Reed. Talk to you tomorrow.